What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
A lot of people would embrace it. They would be like, oh, she looks, you know what I'm saying? And it felt like, oh, this is a good thing. So I had to work through all of that
Okay, so
and try to.
let me bounce it back for the audience because they couldn't hear you. So I'm talking to Jessica. Jessica is 29. She's 5'7", 240 pounds, and she said she don't want to go into 30 this weight. She said she likes to be married. And I asked her a little bit about her family. You know, her mother and father are married. They're both large people. She has siblings. Most of them are large. She was homeschooled. My point ultimately was this. She didn't go to college. And my point ultimately was after you left the mother and father's house at 18 years old, whatever age you stopped being homeschooled, you've had at least 10 years to get out from under your parents' way of looking at things, and you've seen the world. And I asked the question, what have you done from the time you not homeschooled to now to get the weight under control? And the answer was not much. My follow-up question is this. You said this has been a recent movement, right?
Yes.
Okay. What made you decide to start looking at this now?
I wasn't happy or I wasn't fulfilled. And I just realized how many things were landing on each other, overlapped each other.
Have you
Like
ever
I
had a
wasn't.
long-term relationship?
No.
Are you a virgin?
No, I waited a long time, but not anymore.
Okay, so it's not okay. You waited a long time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the longest relationship you ever had with a man?
It was a month. I just really didn't like. Have you ever heard? There was this song by Mary
No,
J.
no, no,
Blige, and
no,
she was
no, no,
talking
no,
about
no, no, no,
how she
no,
was a
no,
mess,
no,
and I
no,
did
no,
not
no,
want to
no,
go to
no,
work
no, 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 no.
with anybody.
Listen.
If it was just because.
Okay, you're not listening. I need you to listen to me. You've been in a relationship a month with a man, and you're almost 30. I need you to unmute yourself, but I can't have when I start speaking. I need you to go ahead and just let me talk because okay. Your mother and father are married. What is your father? Does your father want you to get married?
They haven't expressed anything about it. No.
Do you? How many siblings do you have?
I have 4.
All women, all girls.
No. 2 are boys, 2
Okay.
girls.
Okay. And you're the oldest, right?
Yes.
Are the 2 girls? Are they still in school, or are they? They're over
No.
18.
They're all over 18. Yes.
Okay. And are they overweight too?
Yes.
And are they all single?
No,
Unmarried?
not one of them. One's married.
Okay. So what I'm not understanding here is if she could get married. I was going to ask you is how's your father helping you with this? Because it's really unusual to hear a woman your age that's only had a 1-month relationship. But when we're talking about it, I can tell you your social skills need work.
Okay.
That's a fair point. Not only does her social skills need work, but it's just the more you add on and the more deficits you put yourself in, of course, it's going to be harder to try to get the outcomes that you want, right? Men go off of appearance and looks first. And if that is at a negative or a minus, you having no social skills and all of these things will come out. And eventually, look, men are good readers, even though a lot still fall into some of the tricks and the ruses, but they're good readers in terms of determining value. What value does this person bring?
And that is not uncommon for people who are homeschooled.
Agreed.
And what have you? So what did you? Okay, so you didn't go to college.
No.
So what'd you do from the time you 18 to now?
I worked. I worked.
What?
And I didn't go to college because I thought what I wanted to do didn't require college.
What
So
you work doing? What? What's your profession?
I'm I'm a manager at a fast food place.
Okay.
Don't okay. I know it's a bad all the way around. I get that. I'm just trying to figure out how to go from here. It's not that I don't understand what you're saying. It's hard to even face it sometimes. I know where I am. I know that I'm completely not where I should be. I'm
Well,
trying
where
to
should you be?
figure out. I should at least be in a in a place where I'm able to say yes and no to certain things. Right now I'm in a place of where I'm
Do you
always
live in your own?
scratching to
Do you live in your own place?
I live with my sister. We live together. It's a mutual thing. It's not like we're like I live with my
How
sister.
much are you making annually?
25.
Okay. And what city you live in?
Baton Rouge.
Okay.
That's a lot of information.
Well, you ain't
I
paying
don't have
me.
nobody
You ain't
stalking
paying me.
me.
You Here's the thing. You ain't paying me. You welcome to go to my website and pay $949 for an hour,
I, I,
but
I,
you can't afford
I,
that.
yeah. Oh, whoa.
I mean, you want me
I
to? You called in, so you wanted me. See, I don't understand you folks who call in and say you want some help and you ain't paying for it, and I need to.
no, that's not it. It's I don't like giving out a lot of personal
Well,
information. That's all.
then why would you call
No, I
into a
mean
public See, this
we're
is what I
talking
mean,
on
man.
a.
This is what I mean, Jessica. Let me be honest with you. Don't nobody care about you down in Baton Rouge. Don't nobody know you. I don't have your number. You're just a
Okay,
voice on the phone.
got you. I got
But what I
you.
said, your social skills are lacking. Even people, when the sound was off, could hear that something was going amiss. And what I'm trying to understand is, man, if you're 5'7", 240 pounds, and a fast
Mhm.
food manager at going on 30 years old, you got a
Mhm.
lot of problems. You can't even
I
take care of
get
your,
that.
you can't even take care of yourself. And
I
that's
get
going to
that.
be what it's going to have to be if you don't get with a man. And what's going to be problematic with a man outside of your height and weight is your lack of social grace.
Mm. Okay.
Because if you think the questions I'm asking, why would if somebody wanted to date you, don't you think some grown person is gonna say, "Hey," they're gonna ask you your age. If they meet you at a convenience store, they're gonna ask you what you do, and from that
Yes.
point, they're gonna ascertain how much you make. That's why you didn't want to say you worked at fast food because we all know that's not
Right.
a. So my thing is
Right.
this: why do you can't
Why
live?
what?
You can't. Why such a you're chuckling and stuff, and I'm like, "Was this funny?" I don't.
No, but
I don't think it's.
I'm
I don't think it's funny,
I'm
man.
trying.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point, right? Like all women do this, have like this mechanism where they would just laugh when nothing is funny. Like there's no joke, no one told a joke, nothing is remotely funny about this. We're literally talking about health and trying to get the outcomes they want, and they laugh at it. Like, come on, I know men have been in situations where when speaking with women and a woman will just laugh for no reason. Like that's just the biggest turnoff. Why are you nervously chuckling?
I'm tell
Trying
you why I
not
don't.
to
I'm tell you why I don't think.
cry on
I'm
the
tell you why I
thing.
don't
So
think it's funny. I don't think it's funny because.
I don't think it's funny.
Okay,
I'm trying not
listen.
to cry. That's
What?
all.
What? Try
I'm
not to
trying
cry.
not to cry.
Go
That's
cry.
all.
Okay, well, crying is there for a reason. But
Right.
ma'am, you got to do something. You don't have any. Okay, when somebody looks at a woman who's your height and your weight and
Hmm.
your education, it just looks like unmotivated,
Right.
unmoored, and
Right.
that's not attractive to a man unless you are just fall out fine. But you. So I said earlier, what's keeping you from getting your dropping 100 pounds? Because that's what it's going to take.
I understand that. It was. It was really just.
And for the people in the audience, there's no underlying medical condition. There's no grave disease or nothing. This is a matter of, I said it, you were raised like an average black person, and I got pushed back, and then it turned out to be she's raised like the average black person from a big family.
Right.
You know good and well you weigh too much.
Right. I
And
do.
you, and so it does not take a brain surgeon or a rocket scientist to know you need to go to a gym. And
I know.
whatever your needs are and everything else, I don't that there's still ways to get it done.
Right.
Why not do that?
I have been working out. It's just I know that it's gonna take an extreme push. I was
Go ahead. How many days a week are you working out?
3 or so, whatever I don't work.
Well, it can't be 3. You need to be in there 6.
Right.
See, this is why I feel for so many of you young women. You're not under your father sounds like he failed you. I'll just be straight up. He's failed you, allowing you to be the height and weight you are you're not prepared for the world. So, but his work ended. Whether he did a good job or not, I'm going to say he probably did the best that he could. But that does not mean it's your responsibility to do something. After
Right.
age 18, you're an adult.
Yes.
So
it took a long time for me to realize that I couldn't blame them
you couldn't
for
what?
where I was.
You couldn't do what?
It took a long time for me. It took a long time for me to realize I couldn't blame my parents
Right.
for where I was.
Right.
That's
Right.
and it's easier to blame.
Yeah.
It's easier to feel anger. It's not easier. It's more
feel
comfortable.
Feel anger for what? I mean, they may not have
because my dad is a talented person.
He's a what?
And my mom is talented too, and my family is talented, but we're not where we should be. We all have very natural talents.
Whoa. Hold on. Pump your brakes.
Yeah, I understand. It was a lot of things that, like, I know I didn't have a very bad life.
Okay. Hold on. Your father married your mother, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how long have they been married?
It's gonna be 30 years.
All right. Well, even though he may not have been, when I say he failed you, I said allowing you to get to the height and weight you are. But it sounds like he married your. Hold on. Because when you say judge them, he's talented, your mom is talented, everybody's talented, and you should be better off. See, this is a problem with you millennials in this Instagram generation. Looking at Instagram, comparing. Who are you comparing your family to?
I'm not comparing them.
Well, you said we're not where we should be. Where is that? What does that mean? You're in one of the poorest states. Listen.
What I mean.
Listen.
You asked me a question.
So no, you listen. All right. You're in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents, your family, your father and mother had a responsibility to make sure you were fed, protected, secure, and educated. Did they do that?
Yes.
Then they did their job.
I get that. Yeah.
So when I say he failed you is to allow you to get to be the height and weight you are and not let you know that, baby girl, you can't be that size and get a man. That's what I'm talking about. But mama got her man. Sis got her man. At the end of the day, what I'm hearing is a lot of outward stuff. And I'm not hearing a lot of stuff that you're doing. I don't care how broke you are. You can go to you can go to Planet Fitness for $10 a month. Yes.
Yes.
All right, then why are you only in there 3 days a week?
I was only doing it when I'm off Only doing
Ma'am,
working at
I
only
don't want to hear that BS. I'm quite sure I work more than you, and I'm in the gym. See, you got a problem, your weight. And the solution is simple: work out, drink water, eat more healthy. And you got to go do that. But every time I ask you, why aren't you in there more? There's a reason. There is no magic bullet. There's no magic pill.
I got that.
But what it sounds to me is though you really lack the motivation to do what's necessary to get the outcome it is you say you want. But that's no one's problem but yours. That's not your parents' problem.
Right.
But
I
let's say the other side. Let's say this continues to go down this way. What does life look like?
no, it's not. It's not. I've been no.
Okay.
I've lost weight and I'm keep going. I'm not doing
How,
this.
how much weight have you lost?
I've lost 20 pounds
In what time frame?
in a couple of months.
Okay. And what's your goal weight?
I don't know. It's gonna be around 160.
It's still too much weight.
I'm not excusing myself, but I don't my my body carries weight a certain way. And
Ma'am,
I
ma'am,
don't look
ma'am,
I no
ma'am,
wait, no
ma'am,
look,
ma'am,
I don't
ma'am,
I think less than 160
ma'am.
is gonna be under 160 is
No. See, I want people in the chat room. This is someone coming to an image consultant telling, yeah, but the way my body is set up. No, you're human. But the reason I muted her is because this is a issue in the black community. You have women who have allowed themselves to get into the size they are, and then when someone tells you that you need to be at a normal weight, she resists. This is why I'm trying to be as easy as I can, man, but 160 is still too much. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and open it up because I don't know what it else how I'm go ahead and unmute yourself. I don't know what you want me to do to assist you. Sounds like you know everything you need to do, but I'll be honest.
I was really asking.
To me,
I
ma'am,
was just
to me, ma'am, it does not sound like you're really ready to do the work. You're ready to do what you want to do, but you're not ready to do what you have to do. And if you don't do what you have to do, if you lost 20 pounds in 2 months, okay, and if you've been a large girl since you were in high school or high school age,
yeah.
that means the majority of your life you've been unhealthy. That means even when you get down to 160 pounds, the likelihood of you staying at that weight is it's not very likely. Fluctuate. Problem with weight over and over and over. And then once you get down to 160, then what? There's still people skills and stuff that needs to be done. I mean, one of your biggest problems is you don't make enough money to do anything. Because I would say, have you talked to a therapist or a counselor or somebody? Because there are there are things going on with you, ma'am, that I'm not qualified to diagnose, but I know it when I hear it. But at making $12.50 an hour, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And I'm from Oklahoma, where I see a lot of this. And you're 29 right now. It's going to really be tight when you're doing this at 45. I've seen it all the time growing up. And I can understand the feelings and everything, but I have to be honest with you and tell you, I hear it, but you need to turn those tears into motivation to get yourself in the gym 6 days a week and get on a healthy lifestyle and and go talk to whoever, I don't know, government assistance, state program, whatever company you work for, they got an employee assistance line. You need to go talk to somebody because you're living below, I mean, almost at the poverty line. And the people I talked with, and typically over here, are way on the other side. So I'm trying to give you what I can give you, but you got to increase your income to be able to take care of yourself. Because if all this comes down to, trying to a man who want to get married,
This really was what it was about.
well, what is it?
I'm just trying to present myself in the world the way I want to be.
Well,
That was about that too, but that's a part of it.
okay.
It was the whole thing. But I appreciate your truthfulness.
Well,
I do.
presenting yourself to the world, but you also got to be realistic with where you're at.
Yes.
And presenting yourself to the world is a hell of a lot easier when you start doing the work. See, like I said at the beginning of our call, I'm not hearing the desire to really do it.
Yeah, I've always had motivational problems.
Well, and unfortunately, that it shows itself in a person's weight. That's one of the first things I said when I was talking to people. What folks associate with this shows up in a weight, and um, unfortunately, especially our black women, that leads to a life of being basically a spinster, a childless woman. Um, and my aunts were like that. You don't want to go through life like that. But I wish you all the best. I do.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Ma'am, what episode from Kevin? This was the truth that she needed, and you guys can rate it in the chat. What do you guys think about this? I want you guys to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and turn on post notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.